So let's talk about recursion now. Okay. So I believe that you guys are already working in the industry. So iteration thing will already be clear to you guys, and recursion will be also be clear. So can you tell me what is the when you write recursion, what are the things that you should take care of most important?
Exit condition.
Exit condition. Anything else? Okay. So I'll take it a very simple example. So and before that, I'll just try to create a structure. So any problem that you solve in the recursion, any problem, it may be a simple, medium, or very hard or very complex. Every problem you do only three things. The first and the most important thing, this is the first step in your recursion code, is that you write an exit condition, exit or the termination condition. The second thing that you do is you write the logic, right? So every problem will have a different logic to solve. So you write that logic to solve that problem. And the third thing is that you do a recursive call. This is very important. So the third thing that you do is that you make a recursive call with the increase or the decrease size in the input. But when you increase or decrease the size of the input in a recursive call, you have to maintain the constraint. You cannot violate the constraints. We'll understand with the example what I mean that I cannot violate the constraints. So, but any question that you solve with the recursion will have only three things. One is the exit and the termination condition. This will be the first and the starting point. The second thing is the logic that you write. And the third thing is the recursive call by maintaining the constant. By maintaining the constant. So for example, I'll take one example. So for example, suppose I have been given an array, say like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I have to print it. Print using recursion. Okay. I'll take one smaller input so that. Okay. So when I do this, let's write the function for this: public void print array recursion. Okay, and it started. Okay, so what I have done is that I have taken a function and it takes an array and it is given what is the starting index right now. Okay, so in the recursion, the three things I have to write first. One is the termination condition, the second one is the logic, and third one is the recursive call. So first I write the exit condition. Can you guys suggest me what should be the exit condition of this?
If the index matches the length of the array.
Okay, is equal to array.length. This you are saying? What should I do?
It will not iterate further.
It will not iterate further. So I'll just do a return like this. Anybody who doesn't agree with Ashutosh? Everybody agrees? Perfect. So this sounds good. Even if this is greater than equal to, then also it should return, right? The next thing that I need to do is that I have to write the logic. What should be the logic here? The logic is just the printing of the element. So I can just do. So this is my logic here. And the last one is the recursive call. So in this, I can just simply call the recursive function again.
Increment the start index also.
Yeah, I'm doing that. Yes, I'm doing that. So this is what I'm doing. Right. So the three steps I have done. I have just written the exit condition. So this means when I have already the start index is beyond the length of the array. It means I have iterated through all the elements. The second one is that I'm printing that element, and the third one is I'm doing a recursive call. So this is how any recursive. This is a very simple example, but any recursive problem that you solve, you have to solve like this. So one assignment here itself. Right now I have printed 1, 2, 3. Right. So it will print like 1, 2, 3 itself. 1, 2, 3. Right. Okay, so you have to use the same method definition. Okay, you have to use the same method definition like this, but the assignment is you have to print array in reverse order. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 is there. So if it is 1, 2, 3 is there, you have to print 3, 2, and 1. Okay. The definition of the method doesn't change. You will be only given the start index and you will be given the array, but you have to print it in the reverse order.
Can we use the recursive call prior to the logic?
Yes, you can do it. You can do it. So it all depends on you. It all depends on how do you want to use it. Actually, this is a very important concept, right? And this I'm going to cover in the advanced concept of the recursion in the next session, right? So we'll take this up. That what is the advantage of that? When do we use it, and how it internally impacts the memory utilization of the stack trace that a recursive call form. So we'll take this up. I think this is a very important concept that when should we use it, before and after that.
This recursive function, what you have written, and what the time complexity we had discussed earlier. Now here also, like, we are in a way, depending upon the inputs and the index, we are printing the value. So in this case also, the time complexity would be O of n for the recursive function.
Yes, this was the next thing that I was about to ask you, but you had asked the question for my behalf. So what will the time complexity? This will be again order of On, because as you see, the number of times the operation is happening is based on the input of the size of the array, right? Because every time we are incrementing the size of the input by +1. So here the time complexity will be O of n. But suppose if I was incrementing the array index by 2 all the time, so in that case, what would happen? The time complexity? Time complexity would happen log of n, right? Make sense? So again, the time complexity doesn't matter whether it's a loop or whether it's a recursion. It depends on how many operations that you are doing based on the input size.
So Vishwa, just one more question. Like, if the time complexity for a given problem with recursion and with using loop is the same, then why it is said that using we should use recursion? It's a better form of representation of coding.
I think you have a little, so I don't agree to this. So in the case, if you can solve the same problem using both recursion as well as the iterative approach, iterative is most preferred way of solving the problem, because when you solve the problem through the recursion inherently takes some extra space. So right now you have not used any extra space, right? But the space complexity of this problem is O of n. We'll talk about this, like how the space complexity has come out of O of n, and we discuss about the internals of the the recursion. But whenever you can solve the same problem using the recursion, and you can save the same problem using the iteration, and the space is of your concern, then you should always avoid recursion and use the iterative. But said that, there's another school of thought which says that between the recursion and the iterative, we should choose recursion. The reason for that is recursive solution is more intuitive. Okay, recursive solution is more intuitive, and sometimes it helps you to solve the same problem in the lesser number of lines. And also sometimes solving a problem through the iterative becomes very, very, very complex. But we solve the same problem using the recursion, it becomes very simple. Example, one of the classic example of that is Tower of Hanoi, which we'll take up in the next session. If you guys would have solved it, then you would have realized that if you solve Tower of Hanoi with recursion, it gets solved only 3 lines of code. But if you do it with iterative, it becomes a very complicated problem, right? So sometimes based on the problem, it gets really tough to solve it iteratively. So in those cases, you go with the recursion. And example, in the case of the tree, right? When you solve it with the recursion, it's very intuitive. It becomes very simple. So that is how you prefer solving tree problem using the recursion. But said that, if you can solve a problem using the iteration and the recursive, and you have some space constraint, you always choose iterative because it's more space optimized compared to the recursion. Why it is? We'll talk about the logic in the next session. Make sense?
Yes.
Perfect. So I was saying that you have to do an assignment in which the method signature remains the same, but you have to print the array in the reverse order. Make sense?
Yes.
Perfect.